This is the best flat Earth proof, and it's hiding in plain sight. Stick around, the finale will blow your mind. Think about it. We're told Earth spins at 1,000 miles per hour, orbits the Sun at 67,000 miles per hour, and nobody feels it. But when's the last time you saw a pilot adjust for curvature? Or a sniper account for Earth's spin? Crickets. And why can't most people answer basic questions, like how fast we're moving, or what the pole star's called? If the globe's so obvious, why is the math this fuzzy? Truth is, the flat Earth model cuts through the noise. Ancient sailors navigated using static stars, not a spinning ball. The Sun acts like a spotlight, closer and smaller than they claim. No wild speeds, no invisible forces, just simple, observable logic. Grab a basketball and a flashlight. Spin the ball fast. See how the light blurs? Now shine it over a flat map. Crisp, clear cycles of day and night. That's what we actually experience. And horizons? They're always eye level, no curvature. Next time you're at the beach, zoom in on a boat, disappearing over the horizon. Spoiler, it's still there, just too far to see. Grab binoculars. Boom. Want more mind-melting facts they won't teach on NASA's Instagram? Smash follow, tap the link, and dive into the rabbit hole. Share this with your globe brain friend. Watch their existential crisis unfold. You're welcome. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes.
Hi, here to ruffle some feathers. Did you guys know that images are made and produced? Yeah, images like this. Like these. And these. This one? Oh, don't tell me you think satellites in space are real. More. Here's one straight from NASA's website. You can see right down here at the bottom. Image. Now let's go break down what an image is. Hi, I'm right here. Okay, now follow along. This is what I said to chat. An image is made and produced while a photograph is taken with a camera. Chat says, exactly. An image is something that is created, whether by hand, computer, or other means. It's produced. A photograph, on the other hand, is captured using a camera, meaning it's a direct recording of a real scene rather than something that is designed or generated. Would you say that's why digital photographs that are heavily edited or AI generated don't really count as true photographs? Carrying on. That's exactly right. They don't. That's supposed to be they. I completely agree. Once an image is altered, especially with AI or heavy editing, it stops being a true photograph. A real photograph captures reality as it is, while an image can be manipulated or even completely fabricated. And that distinction is important, especially in today's world where so many photos are actually just digital creations disguised as reality. Weird, you don't say. So now we're going to come back to this photo. Did you guys notice something in this photo? I'll give you a minute. You can't see it yet? Your eyes are still blind? Well, let me help you out. This is some sort of a dog or a bear. Okay? You can see the ear over here. Over here is another ear. You can see the eye. This is the snout with 2 nostrils and a mouth. This is the whole head. This up here is like landmass. But this is them mocking you, putting it in your face. These people mock you every chance they get. The Bible is clear. The earth is set on foundations. It's unmovable. It's immovable. It also says in Genesis chapter 2, verse 2, that the universe is complete, which totally contradicts that we live in an ever-expanding universe. And then it also says that the earth was made before the sun, which also contradicts the heliocentric model. The heliocentric model is completely based off of assumptions. It's an ideology that was brought on by a Roman Catholic priest in 1932. When they wanted to change an ideology, they just gathered up all of the books and they changed everything. And then they told you that they discovered that the Earth was a spinning ball flying through the galaxy centuries ago. And none of that is true, because none of you guys were around centuries ago. In fact, none of you guys were even around in the early 1900s. You guys were all born into this lie. But all observable reality from land, sea, and air show that the Earth is a stationary level plane. There is nothing that you can do or prove that the Earth is A, spinning, B, doing an elliptical orbit around the sun, or C, flying through the Milky Way galaxy. Nothing. NASA can't show it to you live stream with, all of the people that supposedly have been to the moon, like India and Japan and China and us. Nobody. Elon can't get to the moon. But nobody with all their satellites out there, the Hubble telescope, can show us any of this. They just say, trust me, bro. It's always trust me. Trust the scientists. Don't question. Don't question the government. That's what they've conditioned us to believe since kindergarten, right? Don't question authority. Don't question the people, even though they can't prove it. We're just conditioned not to question. Well, I'm questioning it because my Bible says different. And my observable reality also says different. I have been searching for years for this curve. Never once found the curve. But you know what I do see? The sun, the moon, and the stars moving east to west every day. Oh, and the planets are not rocks. You can never go live on Mars. It's never going to happen. They're just lights. Okay, if you actually look with your own eyes and not rely and depend on other people whose jobs rely on the lie to tell you the truth, go get your own telescope. Look with your own eyeballs. They are just lights. And they are not light years away from us. They are much, much, much closer. The same with the sun and the same with the moon. They are much, much closer. Everything that we have been conditioned to believe about sun, moon, and the planets are all lies. Go find the curve. 24,901 total miles. There has to be a physical curve. There's none. 0. You won't find it. The only people who show you curvature is NASA or some government space agency with their CGI images, and people whose jobs rely on the lie. No honest person will lie to you. They will tell you the truth. And obviously the Earth isn't flat. And no, we are not a flat disk floating in space. We have mountains, valleys, rivers, and oceans. That is something that was made up by propaganda. And nobody follows a flat Earth society. But we do follow biblical cosmology. And biblical cosmology, and all of our ancient ancestors, all of them, know that the Earth is flat, non-rotating, and that we live in a firmament. And did you guys know that rainbows prove that you live in a firmament? And thunder also proves that you live in a firmament. It's like nature doesn't lie. People do. And if you think that for one moment that you are going to be able to go live on Mars or go live on the moon, you have another thing coming. It's never going to happen. Did I ruffle some feathers? Try reading the books of Enoch. And open your Bible. Read it. It says right there, 12 times on the first page. Firmament. If it's not the Bible that was rewritten in 1982, because King James was rewritten in 1982, and they changed the word from firmament to expanse because it's a play on words. And people won't actually go take to the Webster Dictionary. They'll just Google because they trust what Google says, which Google is obviously owned and most people don't realize that because, that's too much thinking for them to have to do. They're just conditioned to trust the system. So, you have to dig. So that means we have to take a step further and go back to the Webster Dictionary, and look up in the Webster Dictionary what the word expanse means. Oh, it means firmament. It's a firmament. It's a solid dome. It's blue. Look up. You can't miss it. Happy Friday. Turn off your television. The government lies to you. Stop drinking the fluorinated water. And get some sun. It's very good for you. And God doesn't care about what you're driving or what kind of a house you live in or your hair or your nails or your makeup. He cares about your relationship with Him and His Son, Jesus Christ.
A lot of people have been asking me lately how the seasons work on a flat earth, so I'm going to show you. But first, I'm going to show you how they don't work on the globe religion. So according to the heliocentric model, they say the sun is 109 times the diameter of the earth, and you could fit 1.3 million Earths inside the sun. They say we get our seasons due to the Earth's 23.4 degree tilt that they can't prove. There's a thing called the inverse square law of light, and it basically says how light spreads out over distance and loses its intensity over a distance. So here's the UV index of the Earth, and we see how the UV is strongest along the equator and between the tropics. So according to the inverse square law of light and the size they give us of the sun compared to the Earth, how will we get the UV index greatest along the equator? I'd like for someone to demonstrate that for me in reality, because it doesn't work. It's almost like the sun shooting a laser beam on our little tiny Earth. They also say the sun is 3.4% closer in the winter. So the sun is closer, but we have winter. So we have winter and the sun is 3.4% closer, but the closest point to the sun would be the equator, the furthest would be the poles, and the difference in distance is 0.00004%. And to take it a step further, I go back and forth from New Jersey to Florida a lot, and it could be really hot here and freezing here, and the difference between there is 0.0000008%, literally negligible. So the only way the seasons work in reality is on a flat earth with a smaller, more local sun that moves between the Tropic of Cancer for the summer solstice to the Tropic of Capricorn 6 months later for the winter solstice. And that's why we have the greatest UV index along the equator and between the tropics, because the sun is a smaller, more local light that goes around us like a clock. So when the sun springs up past the equator for the spring equinox, it's spring, and when the sun falls down past the equator, it's fall. So either the sun is shooting a laser at the little teeny tiny Earth that's tilted, wobbling, spinning, orbiting, doing all these tricks in fake space, or the sun is a much smaller, more local light, Earth is stationary, and the sun and all the other luminaries in the sky were put there for us, and they go around us like a clock. The heliocentric model is sun worship. Helios was a Greek sun god. Not everything revolves around the sun. The earth is the center of everything. We're special, and the luminaries in the sky were put there for us, for signs, seasons, days, and years. We live in a perfect clock and calendar. The globe is unalived. RIP globe. I'd like to ask everyone to join me, and let's take a moment of silence for the globe. Rest in pieces. Oh, and this was just for entertainment purposes only. We all know we live on a spinning, wobbling, tilted, orbiting space ball, flying through infinite, ever-expanding vacuum of space. This is only TikTok. Don't take anything I say serious.
Good morning. Aloha from Florida. So I'm in the process of writing a flat earth book. I'm going to entitle it The Top 10 Facts Proving Flat Earth. About 5 of them are pretty well known in the flat earth community. The other 5 are not so well known, but they are strong. I have a really strong outline going now. I hope to finish the book this year, actually within the next few months, and at least get it online for free, and maybe a print-on-demand version for those who want to actually have a physical copy. Here's the number 10, number 9, and number 8. These are the first 3 things. These are the main things about flat earth. Number 10 is that there is no curvature. That's a fact. You can argue against it with the alleged effects of the alleged curvature, but the fact is there is no curvature. That's how we know the earth is flat. From huge land masses being observed and measured flat to the natural physics of large bodies of water always being level, flat, horizontal. The horizon over an ocean is always flat, level, horizontal. And yes, flat and level means the exact same thing. Number 9 is that there is no motion. That's a fact. You can try to argue the alleged effects of the alleged motion, like the star trails, but the sky is moving over us. There is no motion to the earth. The earth is flat, there is no curvature, and the earth is stationary. There is no motion. These are facts. And then the third one, or actually number 8, number 10, 9, and then the 8, is there is no outer space. You can't have gas pressure next to a vacuum. That violates natural law. There is no outer space. You can say, well, what about the pictures from space? Oh, the painting from 1972, or all the fakery with the wide angle lens and the CGI lens, or the outright CGI, or the fisheye lens. No, there is no outer space. The show that NASA is putting on is to trap the minds of humanity, or unfortunately what I call the dumb masses. And don't say dumb masses too quickly, but if you do, that's probably accurate as well. There is no outer space. So there is no curvature, there is no motion, and there is no outer space. These are facts. You can argue against them with your beliefs and opinions if you want to. And for the globe zealots who just want to get online and troll these flat earth groups, the best you can do is a weak argument based on a false assumption. All of the facts, all of the natural sciences prove the earth is flat and stationary. So I'll let you know later this year when the book is out. It'll be called The Top 10 Facts Proving Flat Earth. Y'all have a great day. God bless.